obviously here in a situation where you see a team for the same time in the course of a week, sometimes these second games are kind of fun, aren't they, when you get familiar with an opponent?
Yeah, I think especially kind of like you said, when you play them, you know, not back to back, but pretty close together. I don't think that the last game was too chippy, but I mean, you remember how that game went, and you remember some of the things that they do, their tendencies. So maybe a little bit less to go over, but yeah, it's fun when you get to play that close together.
Going back in these last maybe 5 games, even including the Minnesota game, I mean, it seems like the team's doing a lot of the things you guys want to do on a game-in, game-out basis. What's going right now that you want to continue here all the way into the break coming up?
Yeah, I think we've just found some kind of consistency in our game. I think we've kind of reestablished our identity here, and I think everyone's kind of on the same page. So I think you're seeing a more consistent effort from us, and I think if we play this way, we're going to win a lot of games. So don't get the result in the last one, but at the same time, I don't think anyone's confidence is wavering, and yeah, I think we've been playing well. So just keep doing the things we're doing.
Tortorella was just talking about how Scott Lawton is the glue guy in the room and how important he is on the ice as well. And he had the 4 goals against Detroit last week. So how important is a Scott Lawton on the ice? We talk a lot about the off-the-ice stuff, right? But on the ice, how important is it to have a Scott Lawton?
Yeah, definitely important. I think he's a guy who's always encouraging his teammates, and he brings a good energy, and usually likes to keep it pretty light on the bench, and sometimes that's a good thing for sure. So just a guy you want to be around, whether you're on the ice or off the ice. And then you look at his on-ice play. I think he plays the game the right way. He plays hard, and he's kind of a Swiss Army knife in that sense. So you never know when you can see him chip in 4 goals.
I was just talking to him about shifting from wing to center and how different from center to wing, and how different the positions kind of are, especially with positioning and whatnot. As a center, can you appreciate someone? Could you easily play wing if needed, that kind of thing, because it's so different, or is it kind of takes a special skill set maybe to?
I mean, for me personally, it's a little different. I haven't played too much of it, but I think it's different. I think there's a bit less defensive responsibility for sure, and I think you can kind of play a little bit more free in certain scenarios in a game where you can kind of leave the zone or try and get behind their D. So I don't know. It's something maybe I'd like to try one time down the road. It sounds good, but yeah. I mean, I feel like it's probably a little bit easier to go from center to wing than from wing to center.
Take us onto the bench for a moment, and I'm not looking for quotes, obviously, but a lot of people don't see is for every 50 seconds you guys spend on the ice, you're spending another 2 minutes off the ice, and people aren't watching you, and you get in those situations where the momentum's shifting or whatever, and you need a voice like that, right, to just kind of keep everybody pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, and I think that's what's so great about our group is we have a bunch of those guys, and everyone's got each other's backs. I don't think, even in games where we're not playing good, the other team's hemming us in our zone, it still stays pretty positive on the bench, and everyone's encouraging each other. So for a guy like me who doesn't say too much, it's nice to hear that, especially if you're one of the guys that's struggling or something like that. I think it makes it fun to be around, and it helps you not get down on yourself so easy. So and you got the other side. There's a lot of stuff that's pretty funny that some of the guys like TK and Scotty like to talk a lot on the bench. Beezer too. So yeah, it's fun.